All of you for coming out tonight. It really means a lot today. Where am I? I'm already ahead of myself. But it does mean a lot to me because you guys are a part of my future. Like, you're a part of my why. And you're the first part of my why. That's kind of cool. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm humble. So I can't say thank you enough. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me for those of you who don't know me. Some of you do, but don't know the full story. I did grow up right here in Freeport. If it gets too hot in here, guys, by the way, let me know. We have the AC. I can turn it up a little bit. But I grew up right here in Freeport, went to Freeport High School. Went to Roosevelt for 1 year. Didn't like it. But my childhood was, it was mixed with a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Survivor, rape, a lot. Don't know how many times. A lot of abuse, a lot of tied up and beat, a lot of blindfolded gag. Not telling you this for sympathy. Been in fires, lost everything. Everything I had, I lost. I have 2 kids. You name it, I've gone through it. So I'm not telling you this for sympathy. I'm telling you this because the life that I had, you can do anything. If you change your thinking, and it all starts with thinking. I swear to you, when I tell you, I used to take inventory of my thoughts sometimes, like, what am I thinking? Like, what am I thinking? What's stopping me from getting ahead? Couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I didn't understand why I kept attracting all these negative experiences in my life. Couldn't figure it out. So let me just take a pulse of the room. How many of you are religious people? Good. How many of you consider yourself spiritual? How many of you just believe that there's something out there greater than you? Well, because some people don't consider themselves spiritual, because they're not, because that's a part of something. How many of you don't believe in God at all? How many of you believe you are God? All right. So I like to take the pulse because I want to use a language that relates to everyone. I want to use a language that you may hear me say God, you may hear me say the Creator, you may hear me say I am that I am, Nuke the Nuke. You may hear me say something like that because I want to be able to relate. Hi guys. I want to be able to relate to the audience. So we're going to start with thinking and how it translates into what actually happens in our lives. So, like I said, a lot of things started happening to me. I had a very just terrible childhood. But the bad part, the odd part is as I started to grow up, though I didn't have people abusing me, I kept finding myself in abusive situations. Not just physical abuse, be it through your thoughts, be it through how you treat your body, from bad foods or not exercising or whatever the thing is. I still found that I was punishing myself. And I'm Patty Perfect and I don't do things like that. But the point is I needed to figure out what was going on with my thinking. So I started to monitor my thinking. So I remember one time I used to drive a school bus. I had a lot of jobs, not just with Gary. Anyway, not just with Gary. Anyway, so I used to drive the school bus, and I remember while I used to drive the school bus, I would start off with a really good thought. I would have a happy thought. And then that happy thought would just kind of morph into something that someone did to me in the past, something that made me angry or something that hurt me. And it kind of got interesting to me because I'm like, well, wait a minute, I was just feeling happy. And then, 20 minutes later, I found that my mind, without me being cognizantly aware of it, just kind of morphed into something negative. And I was like, I wonder why. Like, I've always been that type of person to self-reflect. I've spent a lot of time by myself, so the only person I had was me. So during that time, I said, well, I wonder why my mind just kind of morphs off into something negative. No matter what I start off thinking, you start thinking about something someone did to make you feel bad, something someone did to hurt you, or you think you let go of the past, you think you let go of the pain, but for some reason, your mind just kind of takes you back. So I said, let me play a game with myself. So I said, all right, the next time I think something negative, I'm just going to say to myself, blue sky. Next time something negative happens in my mind. So somebody be talking to me, and I'm like, blue sky, blue sky. And they're looking at me like, what? And I'm like, nothing. Just casual conversation. I'm just blue sky, blue sky, blue sky. So I'm trying to keep my mind right. So that was my reminder to get back on a righteous track, to get back into some type of positive way of thinking. Now, you guys all heard of the law of attraction, correct? We all heard of it. How many of you actually tried it and don't work? No, this is not a law of attraction seminar, just taking a pulse of the audience. You believe it works? You believe it works? You believe it works?
No, it don't work.
It doesn't work. You believe it doesn't work?
Yeah.
Awesome. How many of you believe it works? How many of you believe the law of attraction does not work? How many of you don't know enough about it? That's fair. I like that. Okay, so this is going to be good because I'm going to explain how it actually works. And really, this isn't a law of attraction seminar. But let's think about the subconscious mind. Let's think about the conscious mind. Let's think about how thoughts actually happen. I know we have some therapists in here, I hope. So let's see. Consciousness. 5%. Let's make the mind here. Let's just pretend as though this is the mind. So you have 5% of conscious awareness. And this big space over here is 95% of subconscious, unconscious, subconscious awareness. And this is your conscious. Did you guys know that you walk around with 5% of conscious awareness? No, yes, no. Well, the ones who know me know. So you walk around with 5% of conscious awareness, meaning that's your decision making. Meaning that's where the spontaneity comes from. Meaning right now you're giving me active listening. That's 5%. The other 95%, that's where your memories are. That's where your pain is, your memories, your pain, your self-doubt, your limiting beliefs. Oh my goodness. That's what all of this is. So when I would get on that school bus and I would have a positive thought and I would feel good about whatever it was I was thinking, this was only 5% of what I was using. That's it. The other 9% is your behaviors, be it physical or mental. Mental behavior meaning your thought patterns and your belief systems. So I started thinking, well, how can I get more out of my 5%? How can I actually work with the 95% and start to change it? Now this is before the law of attraction came out. This was just Angela being curious about her mind. This is like over 20 years ago. So I said, okay, well, I know I can't fight the 95% because in real life, 5% is not going to beat 95%. It just isn't going to do it. So what I started to do was strengthen the 5% until it became a part of all the good things, positive thinking, until it became a part of my 95%. And I started making new ways. New ways. You guys get how that works?
Yes.
Good. So now, I'm thinking to myself, I get to listen, I know my cards. So I'm thinking to myself, I think I'm onto something. So I started reading books that kind of confirmed some of the things that I thought about. So one of the things that was big for me was, okay, I got my thinking down pat, and I started reading all these books, book after book after book after book, and listened to all these audio tapes and prayed and meditate. I went to meditation classes. I wanted to learn how to pray. I wanted to learn how to speak Arabic. I wanted to learn every single thing. I wanted to just really learn how to pray. I was like, do I need to speak Hebrew? What do I need to do to feel like I can get closer to God? And I just kept praying and reading and praying and reading and praying and reading. So the thing that came up, the common thread that came up in every single book, every audio tape, every Bible scripture I read was, I created this reality. Now I'm thinking, I'm Patty Perfect. Why would I create an undesirable reality? Why would I create something that makes me feel bad? Why would I create something that reminds me of the past, that reminds me of being abused, that reminds me of my mother starved me? Like, I was eating out of garbage cans. See, the people who know me don't know that. I was eating out of garbage cans. Like, literally, my mother was hiding food from me in the house. Please understand, my parents aren't crackheads. They're two working class citizens. We had a house right here in Freeport. Nobody knew what was going on inside the house. So that was my reality. I would go to school every day. People would look at me, you sure are skinny, but nobody knew why. Somebody should have offered me a sandwich or something. The point is that you just don't know what people go through and you can't judge a book by its cover. So I kept working on myself. Didn't smoke, didn't drink, just kept wanting to learn more about who I am and why I am. So I decided to, I'm doing better than I think. Oh, awesomeness. I decided to read a little more, but I couldn't figure out why I couldn't create the life I wanted. I had all the knowledge down pat. I had it all. Like I understood, you asked me a question, I could find it. You asked me about a scripture, I could find it. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I could find it. You asked me anything. I was like, okay, I got you. The difference with the subconscious mind also is that it doesn't know the difference between right or wrong. Doesn't know good or bad, doesn't care. It only knows that it's here to protect you. So it doesn't make a difference. You can be doing something for the good, like let's just say someone wants to join the gym. If I talk about something that resonates with any of you, I'm not talking about you. Because some people think I'm telling their story because I know them. But some people think I'm telling something. I'm not telling you a story. So let's just say you decide you want to go to the gym, you want to work out. And every time you start to work out, when you think about it, you feel good, you feel inspired, you feel like, yo, this is what I really want to do, and I feel good about this decision I made. But something happens when you start to work out. You start to have these feelings of, you feel tired, or you feel like you want to sit down and find something else to do. Your subconscious mind also controls your bodily functions. So, if you're doing something that you don't ordinarily do, your subconscious mind will facilitate a physical response in your body to actually stop you from doing the thing you really want to do, because it doesn't know right from wrong. It only knows, you told me in order to survive, I need to sit on the couch all day. You told me in order to survive, I need to stay in a toxic relationship. You told me in order to survive, I need to think negative about myself. You told me, because this is what we tell ourselves. The subconscious mind does not know you don't belong here. It only knows this is what I'm used to. So I said, well, why can't I get it right? There has to be something, so much more to this. You know, they say, as a man thinketh, so is he. Oh my goodness, I love that. So I said, well, what am I thinking about myself if I keep generating the same exact responses? So the next step was, I started listening to people, I said, well, Angie, because I'm like, well, you can do anything. Angie, you don't know my story. Everyone had the same story. They always talked about, this happened to me and that happened to me. I can't get past this. You don't know my story. I got hurt. You don't know my story. I raised 2 kids by myself. Everybody has a story, but it is exactly that. It's a story. What if you could rewrite it? So how many of you know that thought produces vibration? There are universal truths. You are not allowed to answer any question because you know all the answers. How many of you know thoughts produce vibration? Okay, not many people. All right, thoughts produce vibration. Though you can't see it, it can be interpreted into a physical thing also. So, yes, very good. You ever think of something and the person with you kind of, what we say, read your mind? Like they kind of just say the thing that you were about to say the thing that you were thinking of. When you're so in sync with each other, you can actually finish each other's sentences that you think is a coincidence. Has that happened to anyone in this room? Of course it has. That's that other person's ability to interpret your thoughts. Now, we don't do it willfully. Some people do. Twins do it all the time. 2 people in love do it all the time. 2 people who are used to each other, being in each other's space and energy, you actually start to interpret each other's vibration. So thought, this is a universal truth. It is not hocus pocus. It's not law of attraction. It's a universal truth. Thought produces vibration. In fact, everything in this room has a vibration. The table, the chair, we all know that. Remember in science class, there was matter broken down, and it's energy. Well, energy is vibration. Your thoughts produce vibration. You ever walk in a room and you feel kind of funny, like, or you say, I don't know what it is about this person. Just something about them rubs me the wrong way. Because you feel their vibration. You actually feel it. So if it works on a small scale that we think of coincidence, it actually works on a grand scale as well. So when you think about the fact that thought produces vibration, you want to be more mindful of what it is that you're actually putting out there. So let's think about what thoughts actually carry energy and actually carry power. Not just your random thoughts, but the thoughts that you fuel with emotion. The thoughts that you actually allow your body to feel. Just because you think a thing doesn't mean you feel it. You know, we think thoughts all the time, but it doesn't necessarily resonate in our bodies. We don't actually feel it. So thought is the first thing. But what about feeling? Do you ever think about how your thoughts make you feel? Your thoughts can make your heart beat faster. You could be thinking that something's going to happen, and all of a sudden you have a physical response in your body, and you feel it. So that's evidence that your thought triggers physical responses. So you ever think about how your thinking affects your health? Does anybody ever think about that? You think about cancer, think about disease, think about high blood pressure, think about all the things that's going on in the world today. No one ever really thinks, it's their thinking. Have you ever given thought that if in fact thought produces vibration, oh man, I need someone that raised the board. Gary, I need you to come work for me. Oh my goodness. So you guys can hear me, right? Yeah. So let's play the what if game. Even if you didn't believe it when I said thought produces vibration, like you know how you turn on your television and you see a picture? You know those people aren't really in there, right? Data, vibration. So let's just say your thought, and I'm the speller. All right, so let's just say you have some deep hurt that you hold on to, right? Maybe something that happened in the past, something did to you. And pain doesn't have to be drastic. You know, you don't have to have gone through the life that I've gone through in order for something to hurt. If it hurt you, it could just be something someone said to you, but you hold on to it. So let's just say that thought of deep hurt that you actually mix with emotion and you feel in your body. So let's just say deep thought, the vibration that comes out of deep thought looks like this. And let's just say over here, you have, cancer. Because cancer is a living thing because it grows, correct? So if they can see cancer in your body, that means it emits a vibration. Is that correct? Good. So let's just say the vibration of cancer looks like this. That is the vibrational equivalent. Let's just say someone else, I don't know, they feel a sense of abandonment. Abandonment. Stop judging me. Let's just say that vibration looks like this. Make that a little pointier. And let's just say, because we're playing a what if game. This is all what if. Let's just say, hey babe, hi Dave and little Dave. How are you? And let's just say that the vibrational equivalent of fear of abandonment is disease. Because we're playing a what if game. And let's just say that, let's just say that people like to hold on to pain. People like to play the victim a lot. I don't know about you, but I know I played the victim a lot in my life. Even when I didn't think I was playing the victim. Let's just say that vibrational equivalent of playing the victim, that looks like cysts and growth in your bodies. abnormal growth. Can you guys get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Good. So what I'm saying to you is that your thoughts are never just random. You must take care of your mind more than you could ever imagine. What are you thinking? And when you think about what you're actively thinking, and what does it feel like in your body? What type of biofeedback does your body give you? You ever think something, just a thought, and you just feel like your whole body has been poisoned? Just from a negative thought. Please understand that that is a storehouse to attract its vibrational equivalent. It's huge that you guys understand that. Like, I had childhood asthma as a kid, very young. And I read somewhere, this is a book called Louise Hay, Heal Thyself. You know what I'm talking about?